You're done. You're washed. It's over.
So I can't guarantee that I'm going to watch the San Antonio Spurs because, of course, we had no NBA game because of Election Day around November 7th. So tonight we're back with NBA action in full swing. We have the Philadelphia 76ers in a great Eastern Conference matchup against the Boston Celtics. And this time, they're looking like a more comfortable team without James Harden all over the rotation. They got no toxicity now over the rotation. They got a confident secondary scorer over Tyrese Maxey. That's going to be exciting game to watch. But tonight, we're going to be going over something a bit different. Julius Randle from the New York Knicks has been in a sluggish start and being the second highest paid primordial scorers that are coming out of an all-star season for his second as a Knick. It has a lot to be desired. And I'm not trying to say that because I'm trying to be pessimistic, but I've always had an issue. I always had a critique over the game, even when I was talking and doing play-by-play for the postseason around the Heat series and against the Boston Celtics series. I meant not Boston Celtics series, against the Cavaliers series they had against the Knicks. And the Knicks are now falling ninth best in the Eastern Conference. And they've been so-and-so over their record. That's only 16th in attendance, but they have a plus. They have an offensive range of the minimum of 106, and especially over in the NBA, defense is everything. But only winning 2 out of your last 4 matches, and going in over a 5-game winning streak, five-game road trip, and that's bitter. That's a bit more important than a 3-game homestand when you're facing against perennial bottom seed competition. Yes, the Knicks are falling over into a good performance defensively against the Los Angeles Clippers, but we've lost against top-seeded competition out of the Cleveland Cavaliers in a back-to-back game, and then we got shut off damn near by 10, 110 to like 105 against the Milwaukee Bucks. But here's the pros and here's the cons. Majority of our losses and wins have been close quarters. We didn't spawn near a double-digit win until we faced the Los Angeles Clippers, and now we're facing a young but still perennially conductive team with the San Antonio Spurs. And with Victor Wembanyama, he's been a massive offensive game changer. They're 3-4 as well, but very competitive over the lineup. Victor Wembanyama has obviously been the player to watch. Defensively, he can switch around the perimeter. Long-range shots are going to be a massive issue around the floor, especially for shot creating over Julius Randle. And whenever he attacks the paint, it's a bit indecisive. He will attempt long-range shots. It's just going to be probably a defensive issue for a defensively minded team. Jeremy Sochan's going to be an issue. Charles Basley, Devin Vassell, that recently got an extension. There's some young but unwell-known players. Of course, you guys probably know Devontae Graham when he was a Pelican, and Keldon Johnson. That's been a good 4-year young player. That's offensively one of the primary scorers for the San Antonio Spurs. But Julius Randle, let's go over his first 7 games of the season. Okay, averaging 15 from the field. 15 points per game. With a total rebound percentage of 10.4. He is the second highest rebounder next to Mitchell Robinson. He's defensively inept. He has a field goal percentage of only 29.9. And I've seen at least 5 out of the 7 games we've played, including the in-season tournament they played against the Milwaukee Bucks. And let me tell you something. Julius Randle, this cannot be consistent, bro. It cannot, bro. You have over 600 games played. I understand you're trying to be the primary scorer. Stop trying to think you're Paul George. You have weak shooting splits. Your shot creation is bullshit. You collect over your dribble. You get the ball stolen primarily most of the time. You can't be a primary ball handler when Brunson, DiVincenzo, he's stealing around the ball. DiVincenzo had a weak showing opening night when they first played against the Boston Celtics. And now he's been a primary option over on the rotation on the bench. That's what the Knicks signed him for. Especially in his performance, especially over the second half, when Paul George only totaled around 10 points, with only a total of 3 in the second half, in the fourth quarter, no less. Look at the production. RJ Barrett, 11 points with 2 breakaway dunks. Dante DiVincenzo, 2 steals while totaling an offensive rebounds for the Knicks next to Mitchell Robinson. Also, when he picked over that offensive rebound over the corner three, the shot missed over by Quentin Grimes. He hustled, passed it back to Grimes when he had an open shot over to the corner. That's good basketball. That's selecting over your shot after the hustle and getting rewarded for it. When do you ever see Julius Randle do that? He thinks he's an A option on the squad when it's obviously Brunson, and Brunson put up a masterclass. He stays quiet. He's good over in transition. He finishes around the rim whenever he needs to. I know he had a bit of a slump over the first 3 games, but he's attacking around the rim. He dropped 45 not that long ago. And whenever they get their secondary options to play, they click over in the fast break. RJ's confident around the rim. He can finish, shoot around. He can hit over spot up shots. I see that off Josh Hart whenever he's over in momentum from the 2. Even though he's an undersized wing, he plays like an undersized wing. DiVincenzo is fitting comfortably. It takes him a couple games, but he's fitting comfortably, especially off the momentum. Can shoot when he needs to, and when he catches fire, he catches fire. That's why the Knicks signed him for a bit of an excessive deal for a rotation player, but well needed if you want to make some postseason strides. And Emmanuel Quickly is so underrated. But when Julius Randle catches, when you catch his splits, dog, it's disappointing. He averaged around a season high with 27 points, and actually exceptional efficiency going 6 for 6. That's his season best. He'll come off shooting 5 of 9 and just absolutely scoreless when he's playing over 35 fucking minutes. And it's atrocious game style, cause just look at 2 for 5 from 3, 0 for 5 from 3. He gotta stop chucking over the balls, and when he gets looks, he'll just switch over from the screen. He's not even going to use his teammates to get him open for better looks. When do you ever see Randle over the ball and he'll hit over the extra pass or backdoor cut so he can get a chance? You are 6'9", Julius. Play like a fucking forward. You are not Paul George. Get over yourself. And I'm possibly going to see this, and Greg Popovich will capitalize. There are young teams that even the Detroit Pistons made the Warriors sweat when they were trailing around by 11, and then Steph Curry just turned on the Jets and just destroyed that Pistons team that same night. And the Knicks has closed in the gap in certain games when they can trail by double digits, when they had over a 10-0 run one time when they played off against Milwaukee, and then they'll close over the gap because we got certain players that are just defensively inept. And primarily, most of the time, that's off Julius Randle, except that little cute chase down block he sometimes gets. And it's pushed over to the defensive mistakes, and usually whenever it's the fast break, Julius is never involved. And I see that a lot. And he gives over this bullshit that feels like, why is he paid? I'd rather keep Bobby Portis when he was on the Knicks. And it sucks too. I'm rooting for him. I really am rooting for him. But usually it will be a make or break stride when you're playing off against a team that's probably not going to be pictured to even make the play-in tournament like the San Antonio Spurs. It probably might if Victor Wembanyama keeps this consistent stride of just being overwhelmingly dominant around the court. But that's yet to be seen. And if Randle is the primary reason why the Knicks can't make any strides on the runs, or just chucks the fucking ball, it just shows me why he's never going to be a primary second option, or either than just a scorer, because that's what Randle has. When he can't defend, he can't create his own shots optimally, and when he's hot, he's hot, and he doesn't do any other benefits that can transition around the team when he's not good defensively. And most of the time, he's just relying to make or break off his shot to actually make momentum for himself. And if you're a forward doing that to this day, I just don't know why you're in the NBA, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. You guys think down below in the comment section. That's it for me. I'm going to close up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game and NBA basketball back after just one night. And I'm going to take my Tylenol.